There's two central questions that we answer, and let me present those to you now. All right, the first is, who ensures that a used car is a good buy? Manheim, they released a publication earlier this year called The Vital Importance of Used Cars. And in that publication, they say that 55 million cars are sold in the U.S., well, they were sold last year. 40 million of those were used cars. So can you imagine that guy, selling 40 million cars? Maybe not that guy, but guys like that. But to give that a frame of reference, let's think to another area. A house. Brenda, if you wanted to buy a house in Milton, would you just, research a little bit on the internet and go to an open house and put the money up to buy it? Would you just do that right away if you liked it? No, I'd do more research. You'd do more research, and you'd probably get an inspection done. Exactly. Because with that type of investment, you'd want to make sure that it is a good buy. Now, why aren't many people doing that? And so that's one question that we have. And the second is, when you go to an auto body shop, do you feel safe or like you can trust the people working there? In that same study that Manheim put forth, they said that 250 million cars are on the road. Now, cars are like people. Like, they ride for a while, but occasionally they get sick. They need to be fixed. And so, to take into a personal example, I went and had my oil change a few weeks ago. Now, we've all had our oil changed, and typically what they do is change the oil, let you look at the air filter, top off your fluids. Now, but how many of us have had situations where that mechanic or mechanics come to you and tell you that there's urgent things that you need to handle right away? And now, who's to say that they're lying? Maybe they're telling you the truth, but, how far does that trust go? I mean, if they get commissions based off of the work that you get done, how does that affect the trust? All right, so let's move on. And there's another photo showing that. But here's what we do. We're a website that allows consumers to have purchase and repair evaluations. And all the mechanics that do these evaluations are ASCs, Certified Master Technicians of Automobiles. All right, now, our initial target is I-95. There are 110 million people that live within 20 miles of the I-95 corridor. All right, that's more than a third of the United States population. So our initial target is 12 cities, and we add additional cities every 6 to 8 months. And once that is, we have that covered, we'll explore other cities that are well populated in the United States. Okay, moving forward. Our objectives today are for financing investors, but the big thing that I would like to know more about is the operational license information. Seeing that this company will be operating in many different states, I don't know how the licensing goes as far as businesses and what information, what that all entails. And also any suggestions to improve the brand and or service to customers. And so that is all I have today. I would love if you guys had tons of questions that I can, develop and improve this idea. Yes, sir. Now, you're not in operation today. No, sir. But your plan is to have 12 sites up and down the 12 cities. Now, they're not sites. It's a website. So what it is we're going to contract mechanics in these cities that all can have it go to the back office. Yeah. Well, it will be optimized for mobile as well as a desktop. But if you're having problems, you could go onto that website and schedule a mechanic to come take a look at your car. Now, we don't do any repairs. Our objective is just to do an evaluation, to make sure that when you're going to a mechanic that you have an idea of what you need, as opposed to going to 3 different mechanics and them telling you 3 different things. Okay. That's all right. No, well, we don't do reports on mechanics that you take your car to. What we do, our focus is strictly giving an evaluation. This is not a recommendation or anything. It's just an evaluation to give you a heads up as to what you're going to see when you go to a mechanic or if you're going to make a purchase. I'm not projecting any costs right now. Oh, the cost is $100. 60 goes to the certified mechanic, 40 goes to the website. So $100 for each evaluation. For the consumer, yes. And yes, ma'am. I have one mechanic that has built, and we're building the checklist. That is pretty much done. Mm-hmm. So, but we will go on a contracting search. We will be going on a contracting search to find the best mechanics of high integrity. There are no competitors. There's nobody that really does. That's why I feel like there's a huge amount of people that have these issues when they go to mechanics or car dealerships, but there's nobody that's reputable or on the forefront that will do what we do. Yes, sir.
Sounds like your marketing is going to have a key on strong amount of credibility on your part.
Yes.
Because I would have to be able to believe that I can trust what you tell me, being objective and having no dog in the fight, so to speak. You're not competing for dollars. I know it's going to cost $100, but that's all it's going to cost you to get a clear evaluation that's objective. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, now once I get that, am I getting that on my car problem, or am I getting a recommendation from someone in these 12 general sites where I would go? So or does it have nothing to do with where I go? It has to do with me understanding my car's problem.
Yes, this is exactly correct. And I am aware of the credibility that we have to establish in marketing. But we do not, recommend anything. They're strictly evaluations.
How do you do the evaluation on my car? Is it all verbal on the phone? I say it does.
Oh, no. The mechanics come out. Yeah, the mechanic comes out because some people may not have the ability to take the car somewhere. So they may need the mechanic. So that's the whole premise. That's why in the breakdown of, where the $100 goes to, we provide the credibility in the marketing and we set up the appointments, but since the mechanic is spending their gas, they get the bulk of it. They spend the gas, they have the expertise, and they're actually conducting the evaluation.
So I would have to be, let's say, in Georgetown to make it practical for him to travel, or her, to travel from the home point to me. It's still effective to go to other sites during the day.
Yes.
So, I mean, if I were in Lewis, like Mike says, it would be kind of an extension for that person to make a trip to Lewis to evaluate that car with all that road time in between, especially in the summer. Then come back and still be effective for somebody else in Georgetown. You're going to have a lot of employees on very narrow market points, it seems to me.
Well, our goal is to initially start off in 12 cities, usually 12 large markets, and then expand to lower markets. But the goal is to have in each market at least 3 or 4 mechanics who could, answer calls.
And they'll be independent mechanics that don't deal with any other garage. They just do the research part, so they don't have a dog in the fight either.
That's the goal. I don't know how that will go. That's something I'm also, yes. But I mean, I'm I'm very open to suggestions and what you guys think.
Well, you're identifying the things you need to research and do, and see if you can make it come together.
Yes.
I think that's where you have to start.
Yes. Yes.
What about, how would your mechanics, I guess, as you probably well aware that, the computers that are out now,
Yes.
just plugging in the car and it's documents there.
Mm-hmm.
How do these mechanics, they're extremely expensive to have.
Well, actually, that's not, you can get those machines for like $100, maybe $150 on Amazon that are diagnostic checkers. Yes, you can get those on the internet. I actually have one, I purchased one, so Yeah, so you can check. So, and most guys that I know that are mechanics, they're pretty much worth their salt. They have them, or they have an innate ability to diagnose things on the fly. Yes, ma'am.
So, a couple questions. Number one is, how did you go from the transition from the education to automotive?
Well, me and my wife at the time were teachers, and one morning we were, she was at her school, I was at my school, or I thought she was at her school, and she called me and she said, the car stopped, it's not running, and we have to take it to a mechanic or think about getting a new car. And so you're two teachers, you're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, and so the thought that came to your mind is immediately fear or anxiety. So, and I when I was thinking about ideas for business, I was like, I remember that, and I know that I'm not the only person that felt that.
Number two is, in that transition, I think this is a perfect platform to get clarity as you're going out and presenting and marketing.
Yes.
Tons of questions will come to you.
Okay.
Do you have a business plan?
I do. I have some right here if anybody would like to take a look at them, and be happy to give them out.
And so, having the business plan, I'm still trying to figure out, my car has broken down, as Robert Redford said.
Yes.
And, my husband has all that equipment. He is ASE certified.
Yes.
So when the mighty grid light comes on, he immediately brings that piece of machinery and it does whatever the diagnostic and the light goes off. I'm still trying to get clarity on the role that you play, the role the mechanics play,
Okay.
and the consortium of the car owner, and what service you're providing. RearVue is helping me, the person with the car issue, determine if I'm going to the right mechanic. Are you going to help put the right mechanic in front of me, or help me?
Okay, so
My car just broke down.
your car just broke down.
My car broke down.
Yeah. All right, so your car breaks down. What we do, you go onto the website,
I'm in the middle of nowhere in Middle Sussex County.
okay. Well, even if you had to contact them, you'd have to go on the internet or call your husband or somebody to find someone. So, but it doesn't even have to be the first person that you call, but we'd like to be the first person that you call. And you schedule an appointment or have if it's right then, hopefully the mechanic's available, they'll come out to you and give you an evaluation and see what's actually wrong with your car. We don't recommend who you go to from that point, but at least you have an idea, or you'll have a report on paper as to what you need. So when you go to a mechanic, you're not just at their mercy. So you're empowered with the information of what you need. So
I call you,
yes,
website, get contact information, and
yes.
you're going to recommend a ASE certified.
Well, we're going to send we're going to send a mechanic to you. Yes.
So am I paying two separate invoices? I'm paying your company,
Yes, you pay us to do the evaluation. Yes.
and I'm paying a mechanic.
No. You pay one fee and for the mechanic to come to you.
Connection with the mechanic,
Yes. 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 We're the middle person with the credibility. So you make sure that everybody who comes to you is, knowledgeable, but also very respectable and of high integrity. No, they're just doing the evaluation. Yes. Yes.
Call you, and then your guy would come, assess my car, and then after that, then I'd have to call tow truck or somebody.
Yes. Yes.
How can you marry this concept with Angie's List?
With Angie's List? Well, Angie's List,
Have you thought about that? I'm not saying explain the whole thing, it's probably some time, but if you thought about how you could somehow tie that with Angie's List, and you may not be able to, but certainly they do the evaluation, they know who you should go to, because the public has done
yes.
evaluations independently.
Yes.
And then if you could just certify on what the real need is for the car,
Yes.
now one that is expanding beyond its reality, so to speak, then you can combine that with a recommended source. Then I think I'd be really happy with that.
Yes. Yes, I've thought about Angie's List, and they sound very similar, but Angie's List is based on the reviews from people that they've gone to, and I think that that's good. I think that's very good, and I think that a lot of Americans now use reviews, but it's also different coming from the horse's mouth, you know, and you know, you can get 20 good reviews, but you get also 5 bad reviews in the midst, and then so what do you trust?
Both of them are necessities. One is a trusted person who can do the work,
Okay.
certified by the general public to make this. The other one is you, who has gained this high level of credibility with mechanics, who says it is this problem that these people are certified or acknowledged.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're saying that, you know, it's good to have our mechanics, but we should also add recommendations of people to go to. Mhm. Okay. She said, "Don't judge me." Okay. That is a very interesting. I will write that down if you don't mind. Yeah. That's a very good question. I thank you.
Any other questions for Johnny? How can we help you grow? How can the community help you grow?
Well, I'd really love any operational license information. Like if I operate with the website, we're going to have mechanics in different states. How would that licensing go? Would I have to have an operational license or a full business license in each state, or would I have, you know, how does that work?